We finally have our 5th Ninji level, so I figured I'd go over each one we've had so far and summarize them with a score in 2 categories, optimizability and fun factor. Optimizability includes the various routes in the level along with all the little minor tweaks you can do to improve your time. The fun factor is a completely objective category, and I'm sure not a single person watching would disagree with the score that I give for each. I'll be giving 1 through 5 stars for each category. Now that I've covered the rating system, let's begin. Nintendo's first Ninja speedrun was exciting for probably the first 5 to 10 minutes of playing until you realize that it's basically a hold right speedrun and very little room for improvement after you've mastered where to jump. Essentially, once you figured out the correct places to jump, it just came down to optimizing where to slide, which can be fun if there are other optimizations, but that's basically it. That said, the level is still fun to bounce around on the pokies and snowballs, so it's not really boring to play. It's just not a level that has much opportunity to improve your time, and slope optimizing isn't all that fun. When it comes to optimizations available, I'd give this level 2 stars out of 5, and for fun factor, I'd give it 3 stars because it's kind of fun hopping around to find the correct route. It just loses most of its fun once you figured that out. If there were any changes of direction or other optimizations available, I'd definitely give each category a higher rating. This second level was a very strong one with all of the routes and different ways to use Link's abilities. It seemed like with so many different areas to optimize that you would always be able to improve your time if you just shot the arrow, jumped, stabbed, threw the bomb just a little bit faster. Once you've passed the first spike ball, there are 3 different chunks of levels that have lots of chances to optimize, so this level gets 5 stars in that category. And I think it deserves a 5 in fun factor as well because there are so many different ways to use Link's abilities mixed with different routes and approaches that it can be enjoyed by players of all skill levels. Oh, this level. Ugh. This felt like a strange level from the beginning because I don't know if I've ever seen in a speedrun having to optimize getting a mushroom out of a question block, but this level has that. The level is basically just falling into the right spots and then wall jumping upward into the right spots, and ideally the optimized run included an intentional damage boost through a Goom Brat, which always feels weird in a speedrun level when the smoothness of your movement is stopped by taking damage and freezing the screen. I can't say there weren't different ways to optimize your run, so it definitely gets 3 stars in that category, but this level falls hard on the fun factor, so I have to give it just 1 star. I wondered how the first 3D World Ninja level would fare with the fans because 3D World still has some level of ambiguity when it comes to certain ways to move faster, like exactly when to do a long jump or when the cat attack is quicker. I'm sure the elite players know all these answers, but your beginner and intermediate players likely won't know which is better in which scenario, and I think that's the problem with this level. I don't consider this a bad level, I just think that when you combine 3D World's basic moveset and then add a cat suit, and then throw in the new dash blocks, it's just way too much to process and gets in the way of the fun because you may feel like you're going really fast with these dash blocks and the cat attack, but unless you know the correct optimization in each room and exactly when to do it, you're not going to really improve your time. It also doesn't help that the end of the level is basically just 5 of these in a row. I think the level could have been fine with just 2 or 3 of these. So in the category of optimizations, obviously this level gets 5 stars, there are tons of them everywhere, but I think the sheer number of optimizations is actually what puts this level's fun factor at a 3. I think that if the dash blocks or cat suit was removed, the level would feel more fun and accessible by all skill levels. But this definitely felt like a level where you had to watch the tutorial videos or else you'd never know the best approach in each room. Finally, we have the most recent level, and it's simple enough for anyone to be able to play and improve their times, but it also has plenty of spots throughout the level where you can do things just a tiny bit quicker to optimize that I don't think are too tedious. There are only 2 routes, and they both take you to the same spot after just a brief bit, so it doesn't feel like you have many options of ways to go, but there are enough spots that do take precise movements where a more skilled player would be able to make some jumps that some more beginner level players wouldn't quite be able to. So for optimizations, I'd give this 3 stars, and I'd give it 4 stars for fun factor because I found it to actually be a pretty fun challenge to see how quickly you can hop from spot to spot, and figuring out which ones to skip and when to use a cannon. It also doesn't overwhelm you with too many optimization tweaks like the Cat Mario level did. So totaling up the scores, we have the worst level so far being the Falling Forest Failure with 4 stars out of 10. Then we have the so-so Snowball Speedrun with a very average 5 stars. Middle of the pack with 6 stars is the Banzai Bill Cliff Climb. A strong second place goes to the most creative level title, Cat Mario Dash, with 8 stars. And in first place is the Speedventure of Link with 10 stars. So do you agree or disagree with my rankings? I'm sure none of you have a different opinion, so please leave a comment about how much you agree with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like if you did, and if you want to see future Mario Maker 2 videos of all kinds, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.